I want to talk briefly about our dear friend Sartre. Many of you got to know him through the Shoud. Some of you had the pleasure of meeting him. He's beside me right now. He's here at this Shoud. You know, I do want to say that he was realized. Like Sartre, he was going about his business. He loved the earth, and I mean that literally. He loved dirt. That was his profession, moving dirt. Well, he had been hearing a lot, of course, as all of you had, about allowing. He knew the word allow. He understood this whole thing about relaxing into realization from a conceptual or a mental standpoint. But like so many, it really hadn't been internalized. A couple weeks before he crossed over, he finally got it, a big aha. He allowed so much that one day, shortly after working out in the dirt, he came back inside and suddenly felt this swirl, kind of this warm, beautiful swirl, almost like being immersed in kind of a warm, beautiful water, but a water you couldn't drown in. And everything was in a state of perfection and beingness, but not a perfection that the mind could ever concoct, but it was just all there. Suddenly he felt absolutely, totally free. But yet he was saying, oh crap, I think I just crossed over, because literally he started to see his body laying on the floor. One of the things that he pointed out, and he wants me to remind all of you about right now, is something perhaps I should have thought of, but he said, have some sort of reconnection object. You see, because when you hit your realization, when you come to that moment, it is beyond words in terms of the beauty of yourself, the love of yourself. And it is so easy to just transcend at that time. I mean, through death, to transcend. So many of you are going to be faced with this in the next 3 months, coming to realization, shedding the last of the internal conflicts and the imbalances, and bringing in so much of your light body. And you come to that point, it is so sensual and seductive, so beautiful. You do wonder, why would I possibly stay? Why go back? Because you've planned this for so very long. It's not that you have to stay for a long, long period unless you choose to, but be ready for it now. Be prepared. There is one thing in particular I want to talk about today. It's so critically important, as a lot of Shambra in the next few months are going to come to realization. And it's the whole issue of abundance. I have no tolerance for lack, and I have no tolerance for whining about your lack. I have no tolerance for you blaming it on others. I have no tolerance for you pointing fingers at somebody who has come back to a natural way of abundance where you have simply refused to. The fundamental issue is about letting energy serve you. In other words, there is no lack of abundance if you're allowing your energy to serve you. Abundance is natural because it's your energy. Abundance is natural because all your energy wants to serve you. It has nothing to do with the amount of money you have in the bank. If you insist on the lack of abundance, go to some other group and come back when you're grown up, when you can handle your own energy serving you abundantly in your life. There is no place in the Crimson Circle anymore for those who are allowing themselves to be lacking in their own energy, because you're also allowing yourself to be lacking in your own creativity, in your own love, in your own sensuality, in your own feeling of being alive, in your own worthiness. It's not just about abundance. You're using that as kind of the focal point, the discussion point. It's about all these other things. Many Shambra are going to realize and allow their realization in these next few months. Some are going to wait a little bit. There's no rush because it's going to happen. The realization happens so gently in a way. I mean, you don't have to work at it anymore. I've told you that for a while. Don't work at it. The realization, it just happens. It's like the breath of the I am, and all of its gentleness and all of its compassion. It's not like a lightning bolt. It's not like a hit in the face. You're right there, and that's all that it takes, is just really the breath of the I am. This breath of the I am is filled with abundance. The breath of the I am is energy. It's the song of the soul, eternally abundant. At this hour, there's nothing to do, nothing to work at other than to allow. Stay on the planet. You're needed right now, right here.